The story of Sir Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton, born on January 4th, 1643, in Woolsthorpe, England, is one of the most influential figures in the history of science. His life and work revolutionized the understanding of the natural world, laying the foundations for modern physics and mathematics. Early life and education. Newton was born prematurely, and his father, also named Isaac, had died 3 months before his birth. His mother, Hannah Askew, remarried when Newton was just 3 years old, leaving him to be raised by his maternal grandmother. Despite these early hardships, Newton showed an early interest in learning and mechanical devices. He was sent to the King's School in Grantham, where his education began. However, his interest in academics grew when he entered Trinity College, Cambridge, in 1661. At Cambridge, Newton was introduced to the works of great thinkers such as Euclid, Galileo, and Descartes. He studied a wide range of subjects, including mathematics, physics, astronomy, and natural philosophy. Newton's passion for mathematics grew, and he developed a profound interest in the laws of nature. The discovery of the laws of motion and universal gravitation. In 1665, a plague forced Cambridge University to close temporarily, and Newton returned to Woolsthorpe. This period became one of the most productive times of his life, and he is said to have made many of his major discoveries during this time. It was during this time that Newton began to formulate his groundbreaking ideas on motion and gravity. The story goes that he was sitting under an apple tree when he saw an apple fall to the ground. This simple event prompted him to ask why the apple fell straight down and not sideways or in another direction. From this observation, he began developing his theory of gravity. He concluded that the force pulling the apple to the earth was the same force that governed the movement of the planets. This led to his formulation of the law of universal gravitation, which stated that every mass attracts every other mass with a force proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. Newton also worked on the laws of motion, which he later articulated in his monumental work, Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy, published in 1687. In this work, he outlined 3 laws of motion, which are still fundamental principles in physics today. 1. The law of inertia. A body will remain at rest or continue moving in a straight line unless acted upon by an external force. 2. The law of acceleration. The force acting on a body is equal to the mass of the body multiplied by its acceleration. 3. The law of action and reaction. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. These laws became the foundation for classical mechanics, explaining everything from the movement of planets to the motion of objects on Earth